Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to the Western Shore. It is the first day of spring. We made one full year, and this isn't going to be like a year in review video, but we are going to talk about some numbers and how we got here. So we're a little bit down Bramble Lane. We're at the pig farm, and this farm is called Black Ridge Farm. I keep wanting to say Black Rock Farm, but it's Black Ridge Farm. So I brought some equipment down. We're fixing to get this opened up. We're going to bring some pigs in here. And so I filled the water tank, and I brought some equipment down to see if that will help with the yard lag that we're having at the Bramble Lane farm. Our frame rate does drop down there. I think it may be bales that's causing it, because we've got half the equipment from that farm down here now, and I'm still seeing that same drop. So could be, but we'll sort it out. What else is going on? I bought 2 more fields. Let's head down Bramble Lane, and we'll talk a little bit about what's going on. So, we bought 3 fields, last episode, the episode before, and we got those prepped. I bought 2 more fields. I bought this grass field right here, which is fairly small, and it was only 13,000 euro, 13,000 pounds, but it's on Bramble Lane, and I do want to continue focusing on sort of owning this entire lane, right, so that everything is close and convenient, and we can continue being efficient, right, not having to drive too far. I do want to put in potatoes, and I do want to put in corn for our pigs, but I also realized that we have straw bales for our cows. We have plenty, but we ran out of wheat during the winter, so I do want to put wheat in for them as well, and have enough to last through the winter, and so we don't run out again. This is field 4-8. Let's bring this back up, just so we can confirm. Yeah, this is field 4-8. I bought this one as well. This was 29,000. We were able to pay cash for these fields. We haven't had to bump the loan at all, because we've been selling milk between 7,000 and 14,000 per day, depending on whether the tank is full and can be emptied twice, or whether we just take one down there. It's like it fills up 1.5 times per day. So one day it's going to be 1, and then the next day it'll be 2. So we got the T-dub up here with the subsoiler on, and we did spread 1 layer of pellet fert on this field, chemical fert. We're going to continue doing that until all our chemical fert is gone, and then we're going to sell our broadcast spreader. I believe we can get about 20,000 pounds for it, 20,000 euro. So that will be nice. That'll clear up some space in the yard, and also put 20,000 in our bank account. That's never a bad thing. So this field will be canola. It's on that side of the field when we look at the map here, right? Because 50 and 51 used to be grass. They're going to be canola now. So the whole north side of Bramble Lane, from field 48 all the way to field 51, 59 really, this will all be canola. And then south will be grass. If I can move this around carefully here. And then out here, I think 55 is going to be potatoes, because it is the flattest field, and potato root crop harvesting equipment tends to be the biggest and heaviest. So let's try to use that on a flat field. And then 62 and 64, one will be corn and one will be wheat. We'll just have to figure that out as we get to it. And you know what? While we're here, let me go right over here, show you the numbers. 107 hours, 55 minutes to get through 1 year. And that doesn't surprise me. We made 30 episodes at about 30 minutes apiece. So that's like 15 minutes of video time and almost 110 hours of actual game time. So that's about 95 hours off camera. About 95 hours off camera to keep the map moving and to prep videos and that sort of thing. I don't mind that. I'm certainly not begrudging it. I mean, that's just time I spend playing one of my favorite games ever, so it's certainly not work. But it really has been an eye-opener as far as what YouTubers do to get ready to make a video. I had no idea before I started doing this what it took to make a YouTube video. It's been a blast, and I recommend it to anybody. If you're thinking about making videos, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, by all means do it. It is so much fun. And also, I have to thank you again for stopping back here to check out the videos. You're the whole reason I'm doing this. If you weren't watching the videos, I wouldn't be making them. So thank you for getting it, It's a different kind of channel. I know it is. And that's been the goal from day one. So I really do appreciate that you are an audience that understands what I'm trying to do and gets it. So we're going to drop this weight like so, and we're going to back up. We have to back up away from the weight because we've got our toolbox. Let's set the brake here. And for some reason, the trigger with this toolbox, I know there's a workshop tabber for FS19. There may be one for 17, but essentially what we're trying to do is put row crop tires on this tractor without seeing all the other equipment that's close to it. Did it work? Of course not. Of course not. Come here. Let's try it over here. How about now? Perfect. And we want wheel setup. We want narrow tires. There we are. Oh dear. Well, that's a turn of events. All right, so if we can get this thing, I can't even pick it up now. There, we get this thing out of the way. I seem to recall this happening in another person's video. All right, you know what? It's just the way things go sometimes. I don't know if our audio desynchronized when that happened. That was quite a pause, but we will find out when I edit. All right, so we put the weight back on. Good grief. So much excitement here on the farm. And right there behind us is our sprayer. Now, when I planted our canola, our winter canola, how many episodes ago was that? A lot? Many episodes ago, and many hours ago, many weeks ago in real time, I wanted to use this sprayer in those tram lines that we created. And we're finally getting to do it. But it's seriously like weeks later. Oh, Farm Sim. How I love you. All right, so we're going to back up here. Let's open this. Let's back up here. We'll lower this. And let's fill. Right. All right. And I guess we'll start down at, let's start down at field 59. Let's get that one done first. And I do have the sprayer add-on mod. All right. So we'll lift that. All right, we're doing okay so far on weight. We're doing okay. We're going to have to be careful. We are running the sprayer add-on mod, and I did, save game, I did add a GPS aerial to this tractor in Giants Editor because we're going to say this is a GPS-driven sprayer with the selective cut on various nozzles. And for that to be appropriate and immersive, we got to have GPS on this tractor. It didn't have it, so we added it. So everything, I believe, is good to go. And if all works out according to plan, this will be something to see. I say that, and then, of course, everything will go completely tits up, as you do. All right. Carefully, no traffic. Beautiful. All right, it all works out. We're going to make it down here without running into anybody. Now these tram lines, I mean, it's not a perfect system, and because the way that the textures are applied to represent the various things that are in a field, I mean, I know in base game, I think there are 8 cardinal directions, and then Bullet Bill, when he built this map, added, possibly 64. I know it's really got a ton of terrain angles, and so it has a lot more authenticity as far as the crops. They're not quite as chunky and blocky in the field, but it's still not perfect. How do we want to do this? Let's go all the way down to the end, sticking in our tram line here as much as possible. So adding the multi-terrain angles to a map really does help, but it's not a perfect system. It's better than nothing, but it's not perfect. But I say this a lot, I would love to see tram lines, good tram lines, as part of base game. I think that's really a visual component of farm country that looks great in Sim. All right, so we can open these now. And I don't think these rows are perfectly north-south. And I think, yeah, let's do this one first because our headland will take us all the way out over the edge of the field. Okay, so now, I'm going to go right up here, carefully. I'm going to go right up here. We're going to open, where is it? Set the brake, and it's left control B. It is. So now we want this on auto. Let's say automatic. I mean, you can't, if you're not familiar with this mod, you can manually turn different nozzles off, or different sections, I guess is a better way to say it. But you can also go automatic. And what automatic does is anytime the boom, while it's spraying, anytime it passes over an area that's already been sprayed, it cuts those nozzles. Which I would say is what GPS-controlled sprayer would do. So, right, close enough. Cruise control, we'll set this at, say, 10 miles per hour. Is that about right? Let's say 7. Feels better to me. Turn these on. And here we go. All right. And we are spraying. We are applying. Okay, good. That was my other fear, is that for some reason this field would not take fertilizer. And it would just be, I don't know. Not quite a disaster. Start again. That happens a lot. That happens more than you think. I have to record these videos twice, which, again, I don't mind doing. I'm just playing in Farm Sim. There's never anything to be upset about when you have to do that. Alright, I am going to go all the way to the tram line. And again, that left boom. Oop. Hang on. There we go. That left boom, when we're doing our headland, will cut as it passes over the areas that are already sprayed. So we should be okay. Alright. Carefully down here. Not that carefully. There we go. Concentrating. Alright, so then down here, we'll turn off. We'll be a little bit more careful making our turn this time. We'll turn off. And then right through here. And then a mighty swing. I feel like our front wheels aren't... Like maybe we could go with a bigger front weight. I feel like our front wheels are floating just a little bit, and it's kind of messing us up. Right about there. Alright. Now, this is going to be tricky up top because we've got some more than 90-degree angles to get started on our next row, but we've also got trees out in front of us, so I want to be mindful of those. I think we can do this. Up here. Alright. We'll go right about there. Oh, oh, oh. Why? Why don't the brakes work? That was very strange. Alright. Continuing on. Hopefully the next field goes a little better than this one. This is... We are on the struggle bus right now. Alright. Right down here. And then again. Alright. Well, we're doing okay on volume. We're still at about 80%, so I think we're going to be fine. We have 2 tanks of this stuff, so I don't think we're likely to run out. One of these fields will need to be sprayed once. One of them will need to be sprayed twice, but regardless, I don't think we'll run out of liquid fert this spring, so we're going to be okay there. Cut that. Alright. Yeah, we're floating a little bit. Front wheels are not quite grabbing the way I'd like them to, and I don't know what happened with the brakes up there. I was pushing them to the floor. Alright. Right up here. all those random little gaps in the field. If you remember back when we did plant this field, we used GPS auto width, and for some reason the width that it selected was 3.8 meters when the cedar itself was 3.1 meters. So we had just some little intermittent gaps, and I didn't want to go back in and really reseed the entire field to fix that, so we just left those gaps there. All right, let's see how our brakes work this time. Better. All right, maybe we were just going too fast. All right, and then right around here, we haven't caught a boom on anything yet. I'm happy about that. Right down here. Spray on. We certainly made quick work of this field. And at 21 meters, I guess that would make sense. I wasn't sure how long this would take, but it really did go quickly. And we're just about done. And then we'll take a look when we're completely done. Let me see, our cedar was 3 meter, and this sprayer is 21 meter. So I believe we won't have any gaps at all, because we did sets of 7. 7 times 3 is 21, so I think this should offer us full coverage. But we'll take a look on the map and see how we actually did. All right, spray up there, and we've got just one on the end. Okay. All right, so now up here, right there, I'm guessing this is not even close to a real technique for doing this. But it's what we got. It's what we got. Alright, so right down here. And then we'll do one headland from the gate, and hopefully that will bring us back to the gate. Right, and the entire field will be done. Is that clear? It is not. So we'll just bring that in and then drop it back down. All right. Here we go. I mean, that's pretty close on the outside. And some of this we did kind of eyeball. We used Courseplay as our base guide. Oh, and if you look at the left boom, you can see it is cutting on and off. Hopefully we'll see it again here. Yeah, you can see the nozzles cutting off. So it's not overlapping, it's not spraying the same area twice. We can even bring this up a little bit. Can we? Yeah. One of my key combos will work, and we can bring that up a little bit. Beautiful. Just so we're not dragging the boom. All right. All right, so far so good. And I think, yeah, the trees at any point on around the outside of this field, I don't think the trees are closer than the verge. If they are anywhere, it will be right over there at about our 9 o'clock. But for some reason, yeah, I'm thinking there's a nice grass verge all the way around this field, so we should be okay. I say that. All right, so they're right around here. Still good. Still good. This might just work. It might. All right. Right around there. We will have some gaps because I didn't keep the sprayer on all the way to the end of the rows. And the reason I didn't is I'm so used to trying to avoid overlap that I forgot we could just spray all the way up to the end of the rows, and it will automatically take care of that. So I'll remember to do that in our next field, which I'll do off camera, but I'll remember to just take it all the way to the end of the rows and let the software and the GPS make the calculation. All right. How are we doing on time? 21 minutes, not bad. Well, our math was good as far as how we split this up. We've had our right boom out to the edge of the field for this entire headland. I believe our rows will butt right up against one another, so we'll have full coverage there. We may have some little gaps, like I said, from when I turned the spray off too early, but that's my own fault. I think our math worked as far as how we laid this out. So we'll use the same math when we do this for other fields, other canola fields, because I do want to have tram lines, particularly north of Bramble Lane. I think if we can get those 4 fields all planted side by side with tram lines, that'll look great when the canola is up and golden. All right, so we'll go right up to this gate. All right, like so. Stop. We'll fold that. Get it out of the way. Pull over here. Let's take a look and see how we did. Right there. Set the brake. To the map. And field 5-9. How'd we do? Oh, we do have gaps. That is very curious. But, I mean, that's pretty good coverage. As far as triple fertilizing, I think, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth going back and trying to get these little bits in here. Oh, you know what? That's not, we didn't miss anything. Those are the tram lines themselves. Oh, okay. Okay, so that actually worked out. There you go. There you have it. Let's get around here, get some good sun on our tractor. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is the Western Shore. We'll see you next time. Take care now.